guys, Jonathan here with another video. Today I'm going to be covering the SplashYard 2.0. It's called 2.0 because instead of 1 elixir skeletons, there are goblins which are more value and are good in the current meta. And if the clip is a little fast, it's because I sped it up to 1.5 speed because or else this video would be way too long. It's kind of already pretty long, 10 minutes, almost 11. And today we're going to be getting 12 wins in a classic challenge. I would do grand, but I don't have enough gems right now. I don't feel like buying anymore because I don't really need it. Not good value unless there's a special offer. That's another good tip. Never buy gems if there's not a special offer. You're just wasting your money, especially because it's a game. I go up against a very, I don't know, kind of old meta Golem Night Witch. You don't see it as much. You mostly see bridge spam currently. I see his Golem come down, but I don't have a baby dragon or a bowler, and I feel uncomfortable because I have that tornado, and it's very good against the Golem. I dropped down that bowler in panic, tanking for that bandit because it's going to charge on my tower. I desperation tornado, in comes double elixir, so I drop a knight, try to mitigate some of that damage from the Golem, but the death damage still hits. I see his troops stacking up, and I know he's preparing for my graveyard, and I'm not liking the situation, but I overcommit with the poison, which doesn't really do much, because my graveyard wouldn't have done much. I think that play is what made me lose the match. I tried tornadoing everything to the to my bowler and baby dragon, but it didn't work out, and the Golem got to the tower, and it was really low. He just needed to get another Golem, and he has one coming down. I get the tornado, but the Golem has way too much health. He logs, he lightnings, and the Golem gets the tower and takes me out. Not looking so hot, with 1 loss and 0 wins. Up against Mores from Dizano's Royale. If you don't know what to do, just split goblins or send them in and see what he does. This guy was AFK, and I was waiting for his move, and I was wasting a ton of elixir. And I could have just dropped stuff, so I just dropped the baby dragon in the back. When do I do that? I do it soon. Then I drop a knight to cycle and tank for my baby dragon and the graveyard. I didn't know he was AFK until right about now, so I was worried that he would drop something that I couldn't poison because I didn't have enough elixir. I just poisoned the tower, and that's a free win, I guess. On to the next battle. After I read that. Alright. Up against Jeffrey. I just send in some goblins for some pressure and wait for his move. Down an ice wizard, but the goblin still gets some chip damage. Put down a knight to respond to his. Ooh, this is perfect. I have a bowler, and that's gonna counter his expo perfectly. Drop a baby dragon to assist because he drops a mega minion, and I go in for a graveyard. Once my baby dragon starts to tank, doesn't even tank for it. Good call with that poison, or else my graveyard wouldn't have done much. This guy's running a weird deck with the Goblin Hut Expo, and I think Barbarian Hut. As you can tell, I'm recording the audio after I played. Yeah, Barbarian Hut. I wanted to save my bowler for the Expo, because the knight would have got shredded by that, especially if he has spawners. So I wanted to save my bowler especially for that Expo. The bowler would have been great to counter those barbarians and spear goblins. He misses that fireball, and my Electro wizard gets great value. I decided to poison. I poisoned the barb hut instead of the full health goblin hut. Looking at that, I should have poisoned the other one. The other one was about to die anyway. I tornado to get some more value out of my baby dragon. I do a graveyard and a poison, and he seems to just ignore it. Yeah, I sort of just ignores it. Takes the tower. I misplayed with that knight way too far back. He goes in for a desperation graveyard. Drops some goblins. Cycle back to my baby dragon. A tornado since I have the bowler and the baby dragon. I drop a knight because my bowler is about to go down. And this would have taken way too long if I had it all the battles. So I'm up to 11 wins. And these last battles are really intense. Drops a battle ram in the back. I drop a bowler. The bowler won't completely destroy it, so I just had to drop some goblins. But I drop them too late, and he gets the charge off, or it connects to the tower. I go in for a graveyard push, and I poison. Looking back at that now, it was a really big overcommitment, and I had nothing to deal with his counter push. So he got 5 elixir, and he has a full health P.E.K.K.A. with a bandit, baby dragon now, and a night witch. And he says, good game. Trying to distract that P.E.K.K.A., but then he drops a battle ram. Then I knew I was screwed. Once those barbarians spawn, he's going to take out my Electro wizard, and he's just going to have that tower. It's a pretty sad move, but not all is lost yet. His tower is down about 1.5 thousand health, and I go in for an aggressive push because I don't want him to build up. All he does is defensive poison, but that's not going to be enough. He drops a P.E.K.K.A. in the center. I wasn't expecting that, so I'm unprepared and I have no elixir. He takes out my tower. I drop a Electro wizard on top of the P.E.K.K.A., which is a stupid mistake. People have done it to me when I use my P.E.K.K.A. deck, but it always doesn't work out for them because the P.E.K.K.A. still has some health and it takes out the Electro wizard. I tornado all that, but the battle ram still connects, and he says, good game. This guy kind of BMs a lot, but can't hate on him because I do it a lot. We're not looking that bad. We're at 11-2. And this is the battle that determines it all. I have goblins in my starting hand, so I'm probably just gonna put some pressure on him for that. He uses an ice golem, neutral trade for a half alive ice golem. I'll drop a knight, just to cycle and not waste elixir. He drops a knight to protect that archer to get even greater value out of it. I drop a defensive poison, which is actually pretty good against the graveyard if they don't have a tank. If not, I wouldn't do it. I only did it because that knight was really low health, and if it got close to the poison, it would have gotten taken out. Drop baby dragon in the back, preparing for a graveyard. Push little did I know he had archers, so I try to pull them to my baby dragon to take him out, but he does a beautiful ice golem plant. Takes everything out. I drop a bowler to deal with all that. Or actually, I saw how much health the Electro wizard had, and I didn't. And I drop a baby dragon because defensive poison wouldn't have worked. I drop it too late, and I let some skeletons rack up, and they do a bunch of damage to my tower. But I have a pretty hefty counter push. But he does have the archers, but he splits them, and he does a defensive poison, which is pretty good. My skeletons are gonna get some damage, and they a little bit of damage, even though he did a defensive poison. Drop a bowler, preparing for any graveyard push, but I see he doesn't do it because the bowler will knock back his knight. I get ready for a really big push, just waiting for that elixir to get my graveyard down. It goes down, and I don't think a defensive poison is gonna help him, so I pull everything to my bowler, drop some goblins to support, takes out his Electro wizard, moves on to the knight, but he's still in the lead. Drops a tombstone on the opposite side. I don't know if he was meant to do that. I get a poison down because it's good value. We both put down our graveyards at the same time. And I didn't see all those skeletons from the tombstone, and they were going to rack up and do a lot of damage, so I tornadoed them away. A lot of mistakes people make with the tornado, using it against the graveyard is tornadoing the skeletons to their tower, and it just looks really dumb. And goes his push, but it's not going to be that successful. And then goes my graveyard bowler push. but he drops a perfectly planted knight, and it distracts the bowler. I tornado everything to my bowler. Bowler's going to take out those archers. Great value from that bowler. The bowler's going to end up taking out the tombstone. Very good. That was a positive elixir trade, as the orange juice would say. Now it's just a race between the graveyards, but mine was dropped first, and I have less or more damage on that tower. I think this guy's mistake was splitting up his damage way too much. And there we go, we got 12 wins. Just to show you that it's not a faked clip, showing you all the wins, or that I didn't use a different deck. I used the same deck to get 12 wins with this graveyard bowler deck. When usually these chests aren't that good, you're just gonna get an epic card, Executioner.